Hello, all my batlings. Welcome back to Ghost Castle, Gengar's Love Quest. Now, this is the second part, so if you haven't seen the first part, scurry on over and check it out on my page. Now, we're gonna jump right back in. It's been a little bit since I recorded the first part, so fingers crossed I can remember the voices. Okay, let's see. Okay, we left off with Gengar exploring the castle yet again, because, you know, that's his favorite pastime apparently, besides annoying people. Okay. Maybe I should follow the trail, see where it leads. There's only one ghost it could lead to, though. The kind of guy who swings a staff with his face on it and smashes furniture for fun. I should just leave it. The path leads nowhere good. Not for me. Okay. Oh, it's Shandy! Oh yeah, we're going on Shandy's route first, and then we'll go on the other routes. I mean, look at him. He's so cute. Oh, looks like Shandy's happy to see us. Oh, you're here. I didn't take you for the destructive type. Despite all the mess he has to clean, Shandy seems perfectly happy sleeping up after that little punk. Is he humming to himself? You know, Shandy, you shouldn't let that brat bully you. Looks like he's messing up the castle just so you'll clean it. Aww. Shandy shakes his head vigorously and starts signing very quickly at me. He slows down and I try to follow the gestures he's making. It's about Bennett. I remember learning that sign. Something to do with sweeping and a badge on Shandy's chest. His job? His duty? And something about love. Loving others, maybe. I don't fully understand, but I'm starting to get the gist. You're a loyal subject to this castle, huh, Shandy? That's pretty impressive. As long as you're happy, I guess. Though, I'm still not sure about that guy. Shandy is a chandelier in human form, and he can't talk, as you can probably gather. He doesn't have a mouth. I mean, how's he going to talk? So he kind of talks through his own sign language he's made. I know I shouldn't bother Shandy, and that I need to leave him to his work. The position of head butler seems to be an impossible busy one. Plus, there's a lot of other ghosts in the castle, ones I could talk to, and have a conversation that is less one-sided. And hey, I'm a chatty guy. But, I don't know, I'd like to stick around a bit, learn some more about this dutiful butler. He is a bit mysterious, with that missing head and all. How about you lend me a broom? I'll help you. Oh, look at it! Big wide eyes. He wasn't expecting that. Uh-oh. It's fine. I want to do it. Think of it as thanks for helping me when I was lost. That's the spirit. I don't think he actually agreed. Okay, wait a second. Let me adjust this. There we go. I take a broom and start to help Shandy sweep up the shattered pottery. Working with him gives me an excuse to talk, since I'm not bothering him if we're both cleaning. I mean, work smarter. So, the other night, you were teaching me the signs of some folks we know. Bennett, Tina, and me. I like that one best. Yeah, the signal for Gengar was like just moving your fingers up next to your face and making a big smile. So that was cute. What about you, Shandy? What sign do you do you use for yourself? He's like, what? After a long pause, Shandy shrugs those big shoulders of his. He points to his chest. Oh, really? Is that all? Just pointing? You ought to make up a sign that suits you, like the ones you made for us. Let's see here. Gesture over your head. bow formally. Well, they're both cool, but bowing, I mean, other people bow as well. So, I mean, it's not unique for him. I mean, he is the butler, but still. Gesture over your head. After thinking about it for a moment, you make a gesture that sort of maybe looks like a flame on top of my head. Something like that? I think he likes it. He doesn't like talking about himself, huh? It's not quite right anyway. Those gestures would be the same for any lampit or lit wick around here. Maybe something with the face. All the symbols for us were like that. I could draw a circle around my face, like a lamp. Oh, I think he likes that. Look at him blush. I got him to smile. I knew I could get through that shyness. Now, let me see if I can think of any more. Oh. Okay, the little brat intervenes. Okay, what? I had him in like a childlike voice, but okay. Let me get a drink. Let me see if I can do this. Hey. What? What are you doing here? The hell is that? Are you making some weird dance? Shandy, hit him with a broom. Come on, just a little. Does he really have to come in now? I was just getting Shandy to warm up. Besides, as far as the sort of company he would want right now. Are you here to help us sweep? This is yours, I'm pretty sure. Huh? Oh, yeah. Accident, though. Kinda. Aegeus was walking by, looking way too comfortable. Right. I'm starting to think Aegeus isn't the only one you like to pick on here. I give a pointed glance towards Shandy. Even though Bennett doesn't seem like the brightest bulb. Lamp humor. I think he understands my accusation. Picking on him? Oh! Why would I pick on Shandy? Shandy's great. Oh, that is cute. Look at that. There's lots of other better targets. Plus, he's a great partner in crime. Oh? Well, only when he doesn't know what the crime is. Like, when you got all that glue for me, remember? For, arts and crafts, right? That's what I said? Vanette laughs obnoxiously, and Shandy struggles to stay upright and not drop him on his tiny ass. I guess they're friends, but I don't really get this. It's cute. You're the problem here, Yano. Oh? What are you even trying to do? Flapping your hands around? Oh, I get it. Can you not understand him? Look at that expression Gengar's making. Oh my god. Oh. Oh man. It's really easy. Right, Shandy? See? Okay, now I'll translate. Please don't. Oh. Alright, so he says, please don't worry. He doesn't want to trouble you. Please trouble him, Shandy. He sucks. And not to worry about not understanding him. It's very difficult. No, it's not. And it's just that some of us ghosts have been around so long, we learned his language, that's all. Nothing special about it. Don't just say that to be nice. That's about it, Shandy? Me? I've been around here forever. So I know him best. Even better than Tina, maybe. So, buzz off, okay? Leave Shandy alone. Actually, hey, I'll teach you a sign. My favorite one. Uh-oh. Shandy knows which one he's gonna do. I saw that one coming. The jerk is laughing his ass off while Shandy is frantically signing to him. It's all very weird, but damn it, if this guy can understand Shandy, why can't I? It's just practice, isn't it? Should be able to learn how to speak to him. No, I will learn. Shandy. Hey, Shandy. You're too wound up, Shandy. It's fine. It's fine. They're too distracted by their own conversation. Instead of waiting, I step forward and grab Shandy's hand with both of mine. He immediately freezes, and so does Bennett. I love it when his eyes get big like that. Shandy, I want you to teach me. The whoom sound effect gets me every time. I want to learn. I know you're very busy. You probably don't have any downtime to waste, but maybe I can help you with some of your duties. I can earn my keep around here and free up some time for you. And then, maybe in exchange, you can teach me some of your signs. Is that a yes? Just think about it. I'll answer for him. Fuck no. Go be creepy somewhere else. What? Don't fall for his shit, Shandy. Ugh. Fine. What's your back around him, though? Bennett floats away, giving me another lesson in that new sign he just taught me. Yeah, he probably flipped him off. As he phases through a wall, Shandy turns back to me, signing slowly. Most of the signs are lost on me, but Shandy is nodding. Really? You'll teach me? He mimes cleaning and dusting, and then some shaking of his head. Oh, right. You don't want me to clean up for you. I'll just do a little. Free up some time. Well, okay, I won't touch a thing then. Cleaning is your duty, not mine. Forget that. I'm gonna clean the shit out of this place. Signing lessons or not, that overworked butler could use some time off. Good going, Gengar. Good going. This'll be fun. I'm a great student, I promise. We both pick up our brooms and get to work cleaning the shattered vase. Shandy doesn't seem to mind that I'm helping with this mess, at least. I'll have to be sneaky about tidying up the castle next time, though. I really do want some alone time to learn. I wasn't exaggerating. This is gonna be fun. Aw, he's planning on cleaning up sneakily. Ooh, kitchen. I've been coming to the ghost castle quite often. Tonight is a night like any other, but after spending so much time here, I realized something very disheartening. The eating habits here are awful. As a Gengar of refined taste and palate, this is unacceptable. I don't blame them, really. They're wild Pokemon, and try as chefs might, they don't understand the basics of proper cuisines. Fortunately, my experiences with human culture can help these poor saps in that regard. Oh, the gang's all here. Good, you're all here. My time here at the castle tells me most of you eat like heathens. It's time you were introduced to something a little more edible. Luckily for you, I have the perfect teacher. Me. I gathered Shandy, Bennett, and the prince to the kitchen for some cooking 101. I was so close to going after the prince first for the first route because look at him. But ended up going after Shandy. I'll probably do the prince route next. Because yes. And then Bennett would be last. Shandy, ever the polite butler, was more than happy to join me. Bennett was reluctant to come, to say the least, but he decided to tag along once he heard Tina was involved. As for the prince, all I had to tell him that I had a book on human culture that he might be interested in reading. A cookbook, a cookbook isn't exactly academic, but I didn't necessarily lie to him. Okay, Tina, I gave him a calm, like, higher voice. Okay. I am a dragon. I prefer to eat things I've recently killed. Yeah, forget about this. What's so special about human food, huh? I've eaten that stuff for ages. Probably longer than you have. Been finding good shit in dumpsters since I was a kid. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get started, class. I clap my hands together for emphasis. I'll shape up these guys in no time. Since Shandy here is the only one who isn't a total mess, he gets to be my lovely assistant. Here, Shandy, I brought you something special. He's like, huh? Why am I just noticing the little twirly bits out from his shoulders? Oh, that's so cool. I proudly hand Shandy an apron. It was one of my many purchases in preparation for my cooking lesson tonight. Bags of groceries sit near the corner of the counter. I'm lucky that my last trainer left me a fairly hefty inheritance. I can buy whatever I need from the humans, and I basically want for nothing. I would really like to know about, like, the Pokemon trainer relationship in this universe. That would be fun. And I do like the way the humans coo over me when I walk into the department store with a fistful of cash. They're probably like, oh, the Pokemon coming all by himself to shop. I can't blame them, really. I'm a pretty handsome guy. Oh, of course, it's a kiss the cook apron. He seems quite pleased by the cutesy design. I'm glad. I didn't have much of a choice, as it was the only one I could find in his bizarrely large size. So, we're starting with something simple. I don't trust you two around sharp knives or open flames. I point at Bennett and Tina to emphasize my point, resulting in Bennett giving me several obscene gestures. Okay, time to get cooking. I slap a recipe on the counter. It should be easy enough. Alright, here's what we're making. A simple cake. As I read the direction, Tina gives his usual blank stare that makes it hard to tell if he's paying attention. Bennett is picking at something sticky in his hair. Better force him to wash his hands later. Got it? Okay, I'm going to give you all something simple to do, starting with Tina. Me? I grab the prince's hand. This is as good as an excuse as any to do so, and place an egg inside. His face conveys both confusion and anger. Well, Tina always looks angry, so maybe he's just confused. Here we go, Your Highness, an easy one. I'm going to teach you how to crack eggs. I do a simple demonstration, clicking the egg firmly against the bowl's rim so that it forms a crack along the middle. I pour the yolk into the bowl, making sure no shell bits go with it. Want to give it a try? Crunch. Oh no. Tina goes full throttle, grips the egg hard, and it instantly explodes in his hand. Well, that's legendary for you. We stand there, flecked with bits of yellow and white goo. Oh, he's mad now. Look at Gengar's face. I love the facial expressions Gengar has in this game. It's fantastic. Oh, the prince and I are both covered in an eggy mess. Yolk is dripping from his crown. It's hard not to chuckle at him, but that deadly strength forces me to swallow my laughter. Okay, he's definitely angry now. Tina looks pissed and something else? Shame? Is he embarrassed? Why don't you go at that a little bit easy there, killer? Try giving it a light tap. Tina looks nervous as he picks up another egg. This time, he slowly moves his hand and barely clinks the egg against the bowl. Nothing happens. I am ill-suited for this task. I think you need to find a happy medium there. Why don't you practice a few more times? Over the sink. I really should have brought more eggs. Okay, next is Bennett's turn. My turn to what? I pour several ingredients into a bowl and hand it to Bennett. We'll have to wait on the eggs to finish the batter, but we might as well get started on everything else. Mix this batter up with a spoon, and make sure it doesn't have any lumps in it, okay? Fine. This is dumb, though. Why bother making this shit yourself? You can find it way easier. Bennett scoffs at me, but snatches the spoon from my hand. Alright, and Shandy, let's go get you set up with making some icing. I turn my back to Bennett for a moment to explain the process to Shandy. It was a pleasant surprise, hearing Bennett begin to mix the batter. Maybe he just needs a task to keep him from being destructive. You know, this isn't that bad. You want some, Tina? Wait, what? Get your hands out of there! Oh no. He has those nasty, grubby mitten sleeves on. He should have known a few minutes of silence was I should have known a few minutes of silence was a bad sign. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be eating that yet, you little shit. What? You never said that. It's mine. Let go. I yanked the bowl and spoon from his hands, but not without a fight. I managed to wedge a shoe between us and pry the bowl out of his hands, giving it to Shandy instead. I want to kick his ass, but I'm trying to make tonight productive, not destructive. He sulks and starts kicking his stupid jingly shoes into the cupboards, but seems appeased when I hand him a jar of candy sprinkles. Oh my god. Oh my god. Occupy yourself with that. I can only hope it works. Babies like rattles, right? I better check up on Tina. He is thankfully not eating the ingredients like Bennett, but is soldiering on fruitlessly with his egg-cracking task. His shoulders are slumped, and it all looks very pathetic. I kind of feel bad for the guy. Oh? Oh my god, look at his eyes! He finally manages to successfully crack an egg. A small look of excitement brightens his face. And also, a blush? Praise be, Gengar, you've been blessed with a rare sight indeed. Oops, he caught me staring. Too bad, it was a good look on him. But I guess the rarity of the expression makes it more special. Good job. Well, manage with just one egg. I'm snapped out of my prince ogling by Shandy tapping me on the shoulder. What's wrong, Shandy? He's pointing to something in the batter. Oh no. What is that? Candy? And hair? A gray hair? Oh no. Hey, are you tattling on me, Shandy? What the hell did you do? I told you, dumbass. I've had tons of human food before. Sweet stuff is about all they know how to do right. I'm making your shitty recipe better. What of it? You got something to say? I'm going to fucking kill him. This is totally ruined now. I definitely didn't buy enough ingredients for this. And I definitely underestimated how terrible everyone is. Shandy, we're going with plan B. I need you to hold down the fort for a bit. You think you can handle it? That's like yes, I can frickin' handle it. This is my job. He salutes and looks determined. Good boy, Shandy. Shan the man, you're the best. I'll be back in a jiffy. I give Shandy a firm clap on the back and sprint out the door. This isn't exactly what I planned for tonight, but I can still salvage this. Are you going to get more ingredients? I return a short while later with a paper bag in my arms. All right, class, listen up. Since the two of you ruined the ingredients, I'm not naming names. I prepared an emergency backup plan. Here we go. I removed the contents of the grocery bag and placed it before the trio. A store-bought cake. Not ideal, but it'll have to do. I hope everyone likes chocolate. Hell yes! This is from behind that one deli in the city, right? Looks like their stuff. By behind, you mean in their trash? It's from inside the store. Bought it with money. He's like, oh? Forget it. Anyway, none of you are getting out of that this easily. We're going to decorate this together. Shandy's all for it. Ugh. Come on, don't humor him, Shandy. I just want to eat. You're starving me. If we just kept what I made, we'd be done already. Decorating is it? Are there style guidelines? It's up to you. Be creative. But not too creative. That hasn't worked out well so far. The rest of the cooking class goes smoothly. I silently decide the only one worth teaching around here is Shandy. Maybe he can cook these two something once in a while to offset their horrendous eating habits. Surprisingly, there's much less chaos when we try to cook. Everyone is busying themselves by decorating the cake. Tina is surprisingly good at this part. Must be all the practice he gets from signing important documents in fancy handwriting. Shandy also seems to be taking well to this, as he adorns the edges of the cake with cute yellow flowers. I wonder how he learned to do that. Was he reading the cookbook while I was gone? And Bennett is... What is Bennett doing? What's the gray turd thing you're making, Bennett? Wait a minute. Is that supposed to be your face? No! Wow, that looks completely awful. I'm being a little harsh, but I deserve to dish out some payback for earlier. Says you! You haven't drawn shit! It's not me anyway. Fuck off, let me finish. After he pulls a face at me, Bennett gets back to his very focused work. I notice him glancing at Tina now and then, squinting before going back to his strangely rendered little drawing. Oh man, is he really? Before I can even mock him for it. Squish. Oh, he was trying to make a Tina, wasn't he? The little punk gets frustrated and squashes it with his finger. It's just a gray lump now. More than it was before. There. Done. Now it looks like you. Me? How the hell does that look like me? I'm not even gray. I'm purple. I find its silhouette recognizable, though. See? Tina knows all about fine arts. After everyone is satisfied with the decoration, I'll exclude myself from that, we decide to dig in. Shandy insists on cutting and serving each piece. Tina bites into the cake too hard, as though he's trying to tear through a hunk of meat, and half of Bennett's icing ends up on the floor. All in all, it goes about as well as expected. This isn't that shitty, even if it's too fresh. Guess we can leave it out for a while. It'll get better. It is adequate. Shandy, how about you? Shandy politely puts his hands up in refusal. I guess he really can't eat without a mouth, huh? Aw, poor boy. He doesn't seem off-put in the slightest, happily watching the other two enjoy their meal. I'm surprised, honestly. I think I'm most impressed by... Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Well, we're going Shandy's route, so we should pick Shandy. But Tina actually did a good job. Mandy, I don't know. He's a little dumpster child. Well, Shandy did a great job, but Tina really was trying. We're on Shandy's route, so shouldn't we pick Shandy? I'm gonna praise Tina. The prince. Hmm? Me? I'm not sure I follow your jest. I'm not jesting. I mean, kidding. It's really cool of you to come here and do this with us. I'm not sure most royalty would bother, you know? It's nice. Oh. Well, I'm glad to have attended. He looks happy. All in all, it's a mission success, Gengar. It could have gone a lot more smoothly, but what's the fun in that? These guys definitely don't make things easy, but I'm always up for a challenge. Cooking with everyone was an adventure, but it was pretty fun. It's good to know that our resident jester and prince will be eating something besides garbage and gore. Whoop. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Or at the very least, cutting down on their portions. I couldn't have done any of that without Shandy's help. I should go and thank him. You should, and bother him a little. He's always working too hard. A little Gengar time is sure to be good for the guy. Yes, he needs some Gengar time. Damn it, that butler isn't hard to track down, though. No one ever seems to know exactly where he is. He has so many duties around here that he's rushing from place to place, keeping his castle from falling apart. Eventually, I get a tip that he's holed up in the kitchen. Shandy? You in here? Oh, look at him. He's happy. He's leaning over the counter, entirely focused on whatever he's doing. I'll go say hello. Shandy! Shandy! Anyone home? I tap his shoulder, and damn, it's a good thing I wasn't any closer. When he jumps, the flames on his head shoot up to the ceiling. Whoa. Sorry, Shandy. I think you singed the cupboards. Oh, no. Oh, I have to remember to ease up on my teasing. He's a sensitive lamp. He is a sensitive lamp. It's my fault. I just wanted to surprise you a little. What are you doing? Let's see. Oh. You're cooking? Well, he's trying at least. There's some burnt sandwiches, crackers on plates, and various types of human food scattered around on the table. Oh, he's trying. These must be leftovers from what I brought for our cooking lesson. Don't be embarrassed. It looks good. Sort of. It's better than any of the other students could make. If you wanted a hand, you could have asked me. I love cooking. Shandy shakes his head, mimicking something like work or busy. Did he not want to bother me? That ought to be my line. Bothering him is the precise reason I came here. You're the busy one, Shandy. I want to help. Really. I'm not doing anything right now. Or ever. So, why are you making all this? It's not for yourself, right? I mean, you can't, well, you know. Is it for someone else? Shandy moves out of the way and shows me what he's gathered. Alongside the food he's been preparing, there's a blanket, a basket, some napkins. Oh? A picnic? That's cute. Is it just for you and me? No. Sandy shines an apology for me, gesturing that I'm welcome to come along too, and another apology after that. I wasn't serious. I really need to ease up on teasing him. Don't worry, really. Who's it for, though? You sure put in a lot of work into this. Even though we haven't had any lessons yet, I'm getting a little better at understanding Shandy's signs, especially the ones that represent his friends. The prince? Really? He never struck me as the picketing type. That's sweet of you, Shandy. I bet it helps him relax, right? Shandy makes a few more signs. One is familiar, miming stupidly styled hair, but the other I've never seen before. The butler crosses his hands over his chest like a sash, puts on a stern face. Right, I know the Bennett sign. Of course he comes, if Tina's there. And, who's that Pokemon? Who's that Pokemon? He might mean the guard, right? Pikachu? No, he's talking about Agia Slash, I'm pretty sure. Pikachu. Oh, okay, it's Agia Slash. Oh, is that one guard? Aegeus? I'm getting good at this. I can't say this is a picnic I envy Shandy for attending, though. A violet prince, an obnoxious brat, and a royal guard that probably spends more time screaming than eating. I'm sure he tests every little bite for poison. So, you made all this for them? That's really sweet, Shandy. I'm glad my cooking lessons stuck with someone. Here, let me help. No arguments. I want to serve the prince too, and that means doing the best job I can. It also means bullshitting a little bit so I can spend time with you. Aww. Shandy makes a few gestures of protest, but to no avail. Not this time. Soon we're both cutting up fruit and making sandwiches. I'm not sure how Shandy burnt the first one. Do they even need to be cooked? This is the first time I've ever seen him with his gloves off. I was almost expecting flames instead of hands. That looks like a pokeberry. It isn't exactly titillating, but I've never seen Shandy's skin before. His hands are pretty banged up. A lot rougher than I would expect for how gentlemanly he dresses. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Shandy works hard at everything he does, doesn't he? Huh? Oh, it's nothing. I guess I was staring. It's hard not to. Shandy really is more than just a butler. That word makes me think of a snob who just opens doors, nose in the air. That's silly, though. Shandy doesn't even have a nose. It's a shame, you know. We made that cake together, and now you're making this. But you still can't eat any, right? I wish I could show you how good human food is. I know that a lot of wild Pokemon have never tried it. I haven't eaten much before I spent time with my last trainer. He was a good cook, too. Especially great at making, Gaia too? Okay, I'm sorry. This really fancy cake he learned to make in a faraway region. He always puts a scoop of ice cream on top and lets it melt a little. I unconsciously lick my lips thinking about chocolate dessert. Ha! I guess you really don't know what ice cream is, huh? I heard some of the guys in Ice Castle actually look like it. Pokemon looking like human food is pretty goofy, huh? Ha! Sorry, I rambled a bit. You don't seem to mind. Shandy signs to me that it's fine. He's happy. I guess it's insensitive for me to bring up the shortcomings of having a lamp for a head, but he doesn't seem to mind. It does make me curious, though. Maybe this is a stupid question. Well, can you eat anything? Some grass types love the sunlight, right? Something like that? Oh. Shandy motions a few signs at me, going slowly, bless him. I try to follow along, and after a few gestures at the food, then mimicking a body next to him. Human? Got it. First word is human. It's not human food, though. Since he's a lamp, my next guess is some fuel that humans use. Something to start his flame? I want to win this game. Okay, next part. Shandy motions to his chest, then something a little wispy in the air. Seeing how blank I must look, he tries again, several times, motioning the same way. Something from humans. Something from... I'd forgotten. He's a ghost type. We both are, but... Oh. Uh-oh. Wait. I remember hearing rumors of ghost type who feed on human souls in order to survive. No way. Is Shandy... Holy shit. Shandy? You can't do that. You... He's like, what? Let's just keep working. This picnic is on castle grounds, isn't it? Far from humans? Yeah? Good. Great. Let's, keep making food. Oh. As we work, I get to thinking. I'll make a note to remember this later. If ever Shandy and the others are out on town, I'm laying out some ground rules. No killing, no pickpocketing, no feeding on souls. That should cover everyone, I think. I know wild Pokemon aren't too fond of humans, but as a trained Gengar, I have to at least make sure these ghosts don't murder anyone. It's just what friends do. Oh, wow. Okay. I think that's a good spot to end it. We had like a really cute scene of him trying to teach them to cook and Shandy trying to cook himself. And now we had this more suspicious type realizing that Shandy has to consume human souls. Or well, maybe he doesn't have to, because it says he feeds on them, but I mean, ooh. He is a ghost type. So, oh man, I'm pretty sure the next part we're probably going to go to the picnic. Well, we're invited to go, but he doesn't want to go, so I guess we're not going to the picnic. But I'm enjoying this. How about you guys? If you like it, let me know down below, and I'll get part 3 out quicker. Okay. Alright, well, all my batlings, I'm going to end this here. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!